guys, welcome to Valentine Otome. So let's start. We're going to be playing as Mira. This is just a demo. Come on girls, we're going to be late. We're going to a club, why would it matter? My best friend's voice came from up the stairs. No, we're going to a party that just happens to be at a club, and if you're too late they'll stop serving the good booze because everyone's too drunk to notice. Remind me why I'm coming again. Oh, my cousin Maya walked into the room looking resigned. I threw an arm around her and pulled her close before looking around and whispering to her, "You know it's Em's first Valentine's in a relationship and the guy isn't even around. If we don't do something, she'll spend the entire night moping over him." May looked as though she didn't believe me. With good reason, I was lying through my teeth. Haven't you seen how she's been comfort eating lately? She wasn't really comfort eating. She just has a large appetite, which you would never just tell by looking at her. She does eat a lot. See, she needs some cheering up, and we're just the people to provide it. Fine, let's get this over with. I'll go see what's taking her so long. I let go of May and headed upstairs to Emma's bedroom. Why are you primping so much? You already have a man. Mira, have I heard of knocking? Heard of it, didn't like it, so yeah, what's taking you so long? You think he's going to shop in the middle of the party or something? How I dress has nothing to do with him. Too true. Besides, he's working. That too. Valentine's is a big deal in the entertainment industry. A lot of holidays are. Yeah. You look ready. Let's go before they hide the good booze. Yep. Remind me why I'm coming. This again? To have a good time with your friends. What else? I could have a good time at home. Time for the big guns. Come on, May's been living with us for a month now and she's barely stepped foot out of the house unless it was absolutely necessary. I promised my aunt and uncle that I'd take care of her and help her out of her shell a bit. I know that, but why do I have to come? You know she's not exactly comfortable going out with just me. She's afraid you'll leave her alone to hook up with someone. And that's why we need you. You are seeing someone, so there's no chance of you doing that. I had to suppress a smirk when she let out a resigned sigh. Victory is in sight. Fine, but you owe me for this. I'll get you a dress, knock his socks off. And maybe some other stuff too. Nothing too out there. I'm not some dress-up doll. Killjoy, you know, my cutest dress-up. You're my cutest dress-up doll. Plus, you love the kippy onesie, see? I know that suits you. You do. Now come on, May's waiting. It wasn't long after we arrived at the club. So, May, what do you think? It's loud. Isn't it just lovely? I saw them exchange glances, but paid them no mind. Time to scope out the single guys. I was just rating the guys in the club when I heard May squeak. Which was very unlike her. I spun round to see what was the matter. What happened? It's nothing. Nothing does not make you squeak. Letter a mouse. Are you okay, May? I'm fine, it's just... She looked uncomfortable for a moment before continuing, her voice too soft to make out. What? I said my teacher's here. From the university? No, high school. Is he hot? Mira! What? I'm curious. There's nothing wrong with being curious. He's almost 30. That's not a no. He's old. That's old, man. I wish I went to your school. We were lucky if any of our teachers were under 40. Mr. Kelsey was 35. And he looked 85. Stop exaggerating. The man just went grey prematurely. I'm not exaggerating much. We're getting sidetracked. Come on, May. Is this teacher of yours hot or what? I don't know. To me, he's just Mr. Cavalry. Mira, give the girl a break. Fine, I know when I'm defeated. May let out a sigh of relief. I'm going to go get a drink. You girls want anything? No, thanks. On an empty stomach. Oh, your stomach is perplexingly empty. You're always hungry. Hey, a growing girl needs to eat. I know, you're short, but I think you capped out on the whole height thing a couple of years back. Do you guys have to argue now? Who's arguing? Beats me. Anyway, I'm off to the bar. I'll leave May in your capable hands. I don't need a minder. Well, you heard her. Feel free to leave her alone and mingle. What? No. Stop teasing her. She's not used to you. Fine. Spoil my fun, why don't you? I shot one last amusing look at the two of them before heading off to the bar. I leaned against the counter, scooping out the talent. After placing my order, there were some rather cute guys on the dance floor, though one or two of them definitely needed lessons. I mentally marked a few of them as possibilities before surveying the guys sitting at the bar. There was a guy at one end clumsily hitting on a few girls and being rejected harshly. I sniffed at a laugh and turned to the other end when I noticed a lone guy nursing a glass of scotch on the rocks. Not the usual drink for a party, though. Not the usual attire either, I have to admit. I do love a guy in a suit, and those glasses certainly don't hurt. I wonder what a guy like that is doing at a party like this. He certainly doesn't seem to be enjoying it. I turned back to the bar as the bartender handed me my drink. The next time I looked over, there was a girl sitting next to him. A girlfriend? So much for that. Drink in hand, I made my way back to May and Emma. You guys haven't moved an inch since I left. Would you rather we left? I'd rather you'd have fun. That's why we're here, to loosen up and forget that we're all alone on Valentine's Day. I don't actually care. And I'm technically not alone. The only fun I'll find here is the free food from the guys trying their luck. Fine, so I can forget that I'm all alone, says the girl who runs at the first sight of a commitment, like breakfast. If breakfast is the first sign of commitment, then you and I are practically married, which means you're cheating on me. Say it isn't so. You're the one that's gone through some pheromones, then I can count. So this is all just a ruse to get at me. You know I'll always come back to you for breakfast. I'm not sure if my parents knew that they were doing when they asked you to look after me. It's fine. Will watch your back. I'm not my back. It's not my back that I'm worried about. So either of you seen any guys you like? I'm not exactly in the market anymore. So that's nothing wrong with window shopping, dear. Mira. What? Fine. What about you, Mai? I doubt any guy here is my type. Oh, so you do have a type. Oh, we can work with that. Now, Dish, tell me, what's your type? I'd rather not. Oh, come on, I'll tell you mine. May sent Ems a pleading look. We know yours. Alive. Actually, I was going to say tall, dark, and handsome, but alive is definitely a must. I could have pushed the issue, but I decided to drop it. I wanted Maya to have fun, maybe meeting some new people and not getting uncomfortable and clammed up. What I was causing her to do. I saw a guy who was absolutely to die for at the bar, but he seems taken. Why are all the good ones taken? There's plenty of more fish in the sea. Pity she only catches them to release. What can I say? I love the sport. I snuck a glance at the time on my phone. Still half an hour left. So, has anyone actually available caught your eye, or can we book it? No! It's kind of worrying just how determined you are to stay. I haven't even flirted with a guy once since we got here. I have a reputation to maintain, you know. My eyes darted around the club looking for someone to flirt with, to buy time. I spotted a rugged-looking guy leaving the dance floor alone. Perfect. In fact, I see possibilities. A possibility right now. I sauteed over the man in question and noticed that he was quite good-looking up close. Another tick in the box. Ask for help. Look, this probably seems strange, but could you pretend to flirt with me? I need to buy some time. He looked up at me and looked up and down before flashing me a curved smile. I don't need to pretend, still. That's the first time anyone has used that line on me. I smiled back at him. Well, if it works, don't question it. He glanced over my shoulder to Ems and May before laughing out loud. Okay, I'll take the hook. He placed his lower hand, lightly on my lower back and leaned in close to whisper breathlessly into my ear. So why do you need to buy time? This guy's good. I loosely hooked my hand behind his neck before returning the favour. My friends want to leave. His eyes flickered to them again before meeting mine. So let them. The amusement tingling in his voice made me want to turn around and look, but instead I pulled back and shot him a sexy smile. I would, but I kind of made a promise that I'd keep one of them here long enough for his sufficient other gift to arrive. He looked complacent for a moment before flashing another brilliant smile. Well, in that case, why don't you and your friends join me and my friends for drinks? Oh? Yeah, I have a feeling my friends are having as much fun as your friends there. Okay, I'll be right back. I walked back over to where May was imitating a goldfish and Ems just looked bored. He invited us to join his friends for drinks. Why? What do you mean, why? Well, normally when you draw me into a group meeting, it's to try and set me up. May looked at me like a deer in the headlights. Oh, come on, it's just a few drinks. I'm seeing someone. I'm not saying you're a cheater. I'm asking you to sit at a table with a few guys and have some drinks. And if you think you can't go through that without something happening, then, well, you've been holding out on yourself. Hey, what's this guy's name? Mira, what's this guy's name? Oh, I don't know. See, I need you there. That never stopped you before. Besides, you have an impressionable young woman here. You should be a role model. I am. She needs to break out of her shell, and I am just the one to help her to do it. I'll pass, thanks. She was slowly backing away when I grabbed her arm. Okay, girls, let's go. Shuffle. What? Just humor her for a while. Or she'll get bored. I hooked my arm around Ems before steering them back towards the guy I flirted with. His eyes were practically sparkling with repressed laughter when we reached him. Come on, my friends are probably still where I left them. He led us to a secluded table with a single handsome occupant. And we got close. May began to squirm uncontrollably, which was rather strange. What is it? I whispered so as not to draw attention and make her even more uncomfortable. No way, I gotta... Oh, hey, what's wrong? Good grief, that's Mr. Cavalry! She practically hissed at me. How rude. The man at the table glanced up and noticed us. Miss Cosgrove, of all my students, you're the one I least expected to see here. Damn, if I knew that fancy private school had teachers like this, I might have actually considered going. I don't think I've ever had a teacher as young as you, and believe me, I'd remember. That's probably for the best thought, though. I'd gotten into so much trouble from trying to seduce a member of the teaching staff. Wait, she's one of your students? Not that one. The one that looks like she's trying to hide. And it's the next student. She's graduated a few years back. Ah, where's Derry? He left to get us drinks around half an hour ago. He's probably still at the bar then. I'll go get him. You keep the ladies company. Wait a minute. We all watched as the first man merrily walked off towards the bar. I don't know why I go with them anywhere. I know how you feel. She mockingly glared at me. How amusing. Your friend constantly drags you to places only to ditch you once you arrive. It was the one time, really. She raised an eyebrow at me. Okay, it was more than once, but I made sure you had plenty of food first. True. Miss Cosgrove, your friends are certainly lively. It's actually my cousin and her friend. I'm not your friend, I'm hurt. No, I didn't mean that came out wrong. Don't sweat at me, Ems, it's just teasing. Aren't you? I was? Yes, you were, now shut up. The teacher let out a little laugh. I guess I don't need to worry about you, Miss Cosgrove. Oh, you never need to worry about me. I'm pretty sure he was talking to me. At that moment, the first man came back, followed by a slightly taller, sophisticated man in a suit. That's the guy from the bar. No, girl in tow, so maybe he is single. Oh, God. What kept you? I'd have probably dragged a girl away from him first. I don't even know what she saw in him. He was just sitting there like a statue. So the usual then. Pretty much. Well, back to business. Yes, introductions are in order. Okay. Kieran, go for it. Wait, why me? You mean you haven't gotten their names yet? What kind of a man are you? Says the guy who invited a group of girls he doesn't know to join us. Hey, you told me one of them. You told one of them, so they aren't total strangers. Yes, but you didn't know that before. I'll coincide that point. I guess I'll go first. I'm Zane Valentine. So he really is the Zane Valentine. Interesting. Okay, that's cute. It's like Valentine. He widened his eyes in a mocking surprise. I've never heard that before. Don't mind him. He's kind of a jerk. I'm not. That's just overused. They could at least come up with something original. Right, well, I'm Kieran Calvary, or as Miss Cosgrove calls me, Mr. Cavalry. We all looked towards the third man, who just stood there silently. And there's Darren. Don't mind him, he has a rough few weeks. Like he talks much normally. For what I've read, Ruff doesn't even begin to cover it. Still, no point in spoiling the mood by bringing it up. The strong silent type. Well, anyway, I'm Mira Cosgrove. I'm MRC. I'm May Cosgrove. It's a pleasure to meet everyone. So formal. It's called having manners, not that you know. Coming from Mr. Stick in the Mud himself. Kieran ignored Zane just and turned to us. So it brings the three of you here tonight of all nights. May and Ems exchanged love before pointing at me. How marvellous. Traitors! I see, it's always one. Hey, I was just trying to do something nice. See if I ever do that again. I mopped, pouted, and turned away from them. What nice deed is that? I leaned towards him I don't even know what that says, but spoke loudly enough for everyone at the table to hear. Well, you see, M's boyfriend is out of town, and May and I are both woefully single, so I thought that instead of a night of just moping around, we'd actually do something for Valentine's Day. And they didn't want to, the monsters. I looked over to M's, rolling her eyes. May looked stunned. Kieran looked bored, and Darren just looked curious at us. Are you drunk? Why do you automatically assume I'm drunk? Should I be insulted? No insult intended. Darren, I think that's the most you've said that wasn't business related in weeks. Dear just shrugged. Marvelous. Hey, you're not off the hook that easy. Why do you think I'm drunk? Dear raised an eyebrow at him and smirked. I need a drink. Oh, no, you don't. The last time you went, you left Kieran alone for half an hour. Darren pointedly glanced over at everyone at the table. We didn't bring you here to drown your sorrows. Dear raised an eyebrow. Don't make it sound like he's been dumped or something. He's just overworked. A guy drowning in sorrow makes for a better drama than a workaholic businessman. Dare took the chance to slip away. Damn, he's gone. You probably won't see him for another, 2 hours? You're kidding, right? He's gonna get mauled. Oh, I'll go with him if you like. It's easy to keep the cats at bay if you have a lady at your side. What lady? Oh, shut up, Emma. She does have a point. They probably wouldn't mess with an alpha female. Well, that or they'd get into a territory war. In a cell, please protect our little penguin from the feral cats. I rolled my eyes at them playfully. I'll be back soon. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Wait. What off limits? What's off limits then? Nothing. I was still smiling by the time I got to the bar. Dear was in the same seat I'd seen him in the last time nursing that drink he had earlier. I saw a few women eyeing him, and one was even on her way towards him. I'll just keep watching. I stayed where I was and watched as she slid into the seat next to him. He didn't even look at her. He just kept staring at his drink, no idea why. Even when she laid her hands on his back and leaned in to whisper in his ear, he didn't react at all. It wasn't like the woman was bad to look at. If anything, she was beautiful enough that plenty of men were sending envious glances in their direction. Dear just didn't seem to care. His lack of interest didn't make her go away. Instead, it seemed to fuel her temptation to win him over. After a few more minutes of watching her actions becoming bolder and bolder and finally seeing a twitch in the corner of his mouth, I decided to take pity on both of them. I quickly made my way towards them. Dear darling, there you are. Who's your friend? I gave him an innocent look and smiled as she possessively leaned closer to him. Come on, lover, you know Zane's worried about you. Is that a smile? Besides, you know alcohol isn't good with your meds. The woman looked alarmed for a moment. I am sorry, miss, but dear is suffering from psychosis. I had to still for a laugh at the way she immediately sprung away from him. I'm sorry, I didn't know you. I'm sorry. I waited until she finished a pot and had run off before I let out my laughter. I wasn't aware that I recently gave birth. Well, if she had any medical knowledge, she would have known I was fibbing. Dean just shrugged and returned to contemplate his drink. Now come on, before I spin even more lies that would forever taint your reputation. Unlike her, I know how to get what I want. He glared at me. I didn't respond well to threats. Who's threatening? That was a promise. He stared at me for a moment and seemingly weighing the pros and cons before letting out a sigh. Drink forgotten, he got him and walked back to the table with me. When we returned to the table, Kieran was the first to greet us. That was fast. It usually takes much longer to get him to do something he doesn't want to. I have my ways. I turned to Ems and, after taking a seat, what did I miss? Not much. Kieran and May were discussing her university subjects. It was like career counseling all over again. The DJ cut the music and asked for everyone's attention. Oh, it's time. Marvellous. I looked over to Ems to see her not paying any attention at all. Not surprising. I kicked her under the table. What? Pay attention! I practically hissed at her. I didn't go through all this trouble just for her to miss it. Oh, it's time. I just nodded at him before turning my attention back to the DJ. So everyone knows it's Valentine's Day. That statement was met by a round of drunken cheers, not surprising. He waited until everyone quietened down before continuing. Now here's a special lady here tonight who's sufficient others couldn't be with her. I ignored the drunken awe from the crowd and watched as Ems finally seemed to realize what was happening. She quickly spun her head my way. You didn't! I didn't do anything. This was all him. Now pay attention or you'll miss it. Wait, this is why you were so determined to come here? Is this why you were so friendly to Zane? Quiet. I moved my head towards Darren in surprise. So noisy. I suffered a laugh before turning back to the DJ. And so we're here to let our star-crossed lovers reach out. The disco lights began to shine and spotlights shone on several men wheeling in a large trolley. A large, lumped object covered by a white cloth was there on the trolley was held for everyone's attention. Now, if we could have Miss Emma come up to do the honors. Emma seemed frozen to the spot. It gave her a bit of a nudge. Go on before someone gets the bright idea to claim they're you. Now go! She looked a bit dazed, but she got up and went over to the DJ, thank God for that. Oh, she's cute. He's a very, very lucky guy. Em seemed to come back to herself as she nervously pulled the blanket off. Is that? I knew she'd love it. Her words are drowned out by Em's squeal of delight. Yes, chocolate! Em's eyes were sparkling as she enthusiastically started shoving pieces into her mouth. A giant gibbety-shaped chocolate was not what I was expecting with a build-up like that. Oh, it's a great gesture, but isn't that a bit too much for her? I mean, it's bigger than she is. You obviously never seen Ems eat. Still, thank you for proving that he's perfect for her. He knows how to keep her happy. I think that even they know they can't afford her. Darren used a strange look before shrugging. The music came back on, and Deer left out an inaudible groan. What's wrong with him? He's not drunk enough for this. He doesn't actually like noisy clubs or socializing. Deer was already out of his seat and heading towards the bar before Kieran could finish his sentence. Well, damn. Someone should probably go after him. All three of them looked at me, expecting me again. Sorry, but that trick only works once. Fine, I'll go. You're the one that chose this place, so it's practically your duty. Zane just rolled his eyes before heading for the bar. Once he'd gone, May looked from Kieran to me and back. Can I please be excused? We're not in school, and I'm not your teacher anymore. You don't need to ask me. Right, I'll be back. May headed in the direction of the restroom. Wait! Oh, damn it. May stopped and turned back to me. I should come with you. I'm old enough to go to the restroom myself, Mira. What? I tried. Don't say I didn't warn you. She gave me an odd look before leaving me all alone with Kieran. So what do you teach? Science. I didn't pick you science. Still, I've always been fascinated by the human body. Maybe you could give me some private lessons. I'm afraid I'm not allowed to give lessons outside the school tutoring session. Was there rejection, or did he just not get it up? So, what's being a teacher like? He took a moment to think of his answer. Challenging, but can be rewarding too. What's so rewarding about it? The feeling you get when you're actually absorbed what you're teaching. It's great when you can see them actually paying attention instead of just giving you blank stares. The girls must have paid a lot of attention. Well, yeah, generally the girls are most attentive. The boys can get pretty interested when we cover certain topics. It's really like depends on the individuals themselves. This guy, I guess I should coincide his feet for now anyway. What was May like in school? Was she always serious? She was always studious, but Miss Joseph Sterling transfers in. She was involved in plenty of shenanigans. Miss Joseph What on the earth? Who? Yes, those two were thick as thieves, didn't you know? No, I didn't, May, and I were never exactly close. Did they get into a lot of trouble? What else did my aunt and my uncle leave out when they sent her to May? They certainly kept things interesting. Granted, May was usually the one trying to stop them from getting in trouble, but Miss Joseph Sterling is forced to be reckoned with, especially with that overly excitable butler of hers. For some reason, I can't exactly imagine either May or Austria being troublemakers. So is the ones that look innocent. I flashed him a grin as I leaned forward to touch his arm across the table. Does that include you? One last try. He smiled back and replied in a low voice. It might. Bullseye! Before I could try again, he shifted away from my touch and cleared his throat before looking behind me. Miss Cursor, are you okay? You look shaken. I didn't see my shaking. Shakily taking a seat. I'm fine, I just saw something I never wanted to. Is she talking about us or... I mean, why would you do that? Kira and I exchanged looks. It's completely normal, too. In a public restroom of all places. So not us. I tried to warn you. Yeah, well, I need a distraction. What did I miss? We were just talking about what you were like in school. I was telling your cousin all about the shenanigans you got up to with Miss Joseph Sterling. May, how come you never said you knew Osira? I didn't think it was important. I hadn't seen her in a while anyway, and I think she's been having trouble with her dad. I thought he doted on her. He does, but wait, you know her too? We met last spring after she and Ems hit it off at Eric's Halloween bash. Small world. Spent a bit of time discussing May and Nostra's school and present life like Zane finally dragged her back to the table along with a tray of shots. Did you lose them to their deer here? No, but it wouldn't have been a bad idea. No, it wouldn't have been a bad idea for the toast. What toast? Once again, the music cut off and the DJ asked for everyone's attention. So it's midnight now, Valentine's Day is over, but that doesn't mean the fun has to end for you lovebirds. All for the single boo, congratulations, it's 5 Singles Awareness Day. So grab a drink and let's have a toast. May declined politely, saying that she's not a drinker, while the rest of us grabbed a shot glass. Happy Single Awareness Day. We all toasted the same line, even dear, before knocking about the shots. Oh, goodness. My head was pounding when I woke up the next morning. Oh, how much did I have to drink last night? Oh, goodness. I clenched my eyes shut against the bright sunlight and it filled my stomach still. I pulled myself into a sitting position. The room was spinning when I opened my eyes again. Wait, this isn't my room. Did I get lucky last night? Oh, go, May. Now, if only I could remember it. I tried to ignore the throb in my head as I looked around. Looks like a fancy hotel room, but so he's not some deadbeat at least. I wonder if he remembers anything. I wonder what he looks like. I was reaching out with my left hand to remove the blanket, blocking my view, and something caught my eyes. A glitter of gold on my ring finger. Oh my God, no! The finger in bed with me still, dislodging the blanket and revealing to be continued. I know, guys, that sucks. The demo ends there. Oh my god. She got drunk and got married. I thought engaged. Brilliant. Poor Mira. Now, of course, Mira's character, as you noticed from what Emma was saying, Mira actually doesn't get into this type of relationship. If anybody tries to have a commitment with her, she runs for the hills, but unfortunately. Alright, guys, I do hope you enjoyed. You can play this demo for yourselves down below on Divine Art. So check it out, and I really can't wait to see how this one goes. But yeah, guys, that was all for the demo. I thought this would make up for me not posting many Otome games on my channel lately, but hey, I'm going to make it up to you by bringing something for the girls every day, and of course, the rest for everybody else. As I said, my channel is not going to just be around Five Nights at Freddy's themed games at all. If you notice, it's more to do with Five Nights at Treasure Island, but I do play various games. My channel is made for everyone to enjoy, and if you guys enjoyed this, please do let me know. If you have any suggestions of any other Otome games you want me to do or bring to you, let me know as well. So guys, that's all for today. I'll see you all tomorrow with Dandelion and some other Otome games, plus much more on the channel. Till then, bye-bye guys. I hope you enjoyed. Night.